Alrighty, well, in the interest of time, I think we are okay to go ahead and jump in. So I want to say thank you everyone for joining today. I appreciate your time as always and looking forward to a great workshop. A few housekeeping things before we jump in. If you are having any issues hearing us or seeing our screen, we recommend logging out and then logging back onto the webinar. Usually that fixes any audio issues. If you are still having trouble hearing or you need to enable closed captions, I'm sending a link in the chat with instructions on how you can turn those on. We also want to remind everyone that this is being recorded. We will send out a follow-up email tomorrow where we will share a link to our YouTube channel where you can watch other webinar recordings, and that email will contain information on how you can sign up for Savi. And if you have any questions during the presentation, please use the Q&A button in the menu bar and put your questions there. We'll have a break to answer questions once we're about halfway through, and then we'll use whatever time is left at the end to answer your questions as well. So during today's workshop, we're going to start off with some introductions as to who Savi is and what we do. Just in case you're new to Savi, so that you can get up to speed and know kind of about how we work. We'll then go over a very quick overview of different programs that are available to help you, and we're going to spend most of our time talking about the end of the on-ramp to repayment. Uh, this is a sort of a safety net that's been available to protect borrowers as payments resumed, but the on-ramp is ending soon, so we're going to tell you everything you need to know to prepare for the end of that. After that, we will wrap up with how you can get started with your Savi accounts. So thanks everyone for being here. My name is Jobe, and I am really excited that you're here so that I can help you to understand these programs and talk to you about how Savi can make managing those programs easier. In case you are new to Savi, you've never heard of us, here's what we like you to know about us. First and foremost, you are our top priority. Although we are here to help with your student loans, we want to make sure that we're putting you first and doing everything we can to support you as a student loan borrower. We'd like to say that we support, or we are here to serve borrowers, not student loans. We've also got insider info that helps us to do just that. Our team has over 2 decades of expertise, and many of us are also student loan borrowers ourselves. I have student loans of my own, so do others here at Savi, and this information helps us to better serve you. Finally, saving has never been easier than it is with Savi, because not only can you see, what repayment options are available for you, those options are tailored to your unique situation, customized to help you find your best outcome so that you can immediately lock in all available savings. Savi is your student loan benefit, and we work by partnering with employers and membership organizations to offer our services. We are your exclusive student loan benefit that can help with any and all things student loans. Plus, as an added benefit, we are also available for your family members. So if anyone in your family has student loans of their own, they are also able to sign up and get help from Savi. It's our goal that by Savi and AARP Foundation working together, we can help all of you to find the best outcome for your loans. Alrighty, so jumping into our first section, it's going to be a quick overview of sort of the basics of student loans. We do host webinars focused on different topics, so if you're interested in learning more about these in more detail, we will be hosting some workshops to talk about these in coming months. But for now, a quick recap before we jump into our main section about the on-ramp. So student loan servicers. These are companies that manage student loans on behalf of the Department of Education. These are the companies you submit your applications to, you make your monthly payments to them, and they handle all of the administrative work. We like to clarify that Savi is not a loan servicer, and instead we are here to work with you and your servicer to help you take advantage of these programs. In terms of the different types of loans, there are quite a few different loans that are available. There are federal loans, which are highlighted in green, and there are private loans, which are highlighted in gray. For all of the programs we will discuss, and for almost all the work we do here at Savi, we are working with your federal student loans. So as long as you have a loan that is highlighted here in green, you can be eligible for these programs. Most borrowers already have loans that qualify, but there are a couple of federal student loan borrowers who need to take an additional step of consolidating. So if you have older FFEL loans, or if you have a Parent Plus loan, you have to consolidate it before you can enroll in programs like income-driven repayment plans and public service loan forgiveness. If you don't know what type of loans you have, you can add your loans to your Savi account. We will check and see what type they are, and then we will help you to take any necessary steps like consolidating. So that is a very, very quick overview of the different loans. Again, there are federal and private. As long as you have federal loans, you can be eligible for these programs. FFEL borrowers and Parent Plus borrowers need to consolidate before enrolling. And then to wrap up this sort of quick overview of the different programs, there are two programs that can help borrowers like you, which are public service loan forgiveness and income-driven repayment plans. For public service loan forgiveness, this program will forgive your remaining loan balance after you've worked in public service and made payments on your loans for 10 years. Here at Savi, our users qualify for an average of $38,980 in loan forgiveness. So this is a great program for those of you that are working in public service to receive some loan forgiveness. There are a couple of additional requirements you need to meet, but the Savi application is designed to see if you qualify or help you take the necessary steps to become eligible. Now, the other program that can really benefit a lot of borrowers are income-driven repayment plans. These are repayment plans that base your monthly payment on your income and your family size, which help to keep them affordable. So if you have a low income or a large family size, this helps reduce your monthly payment and make it one of the most affordable options available. With income-driven plans, there is also a pathway to forgiveness. After you've paid for a total of 20 or 25 years, if you still owe a loan balance, the remaining amount will be forgiven, including interest. And the benefit of that too is that even if you have not been enrolled in an income-driven plan already, the past time you were making payments can count towards those 20 or 25 years. Here at Savi, we help our users reduce their monthly payment by about $187 per month by switching to an income-driven repayment plan. If you want to see what plans you qualify for, see what your monthly payment would be, and even get enrolled, you can do all of that within your Savi application. So again, that's a quick overview of those programs. If you're interested in learning more, we encourage you to attend one of our other upcoming workshops where we will go more in depth into each of those programs. For now, though, I really want to focus on the end of the on-ramp to repayment. This, as I mentioned, was a safety net created by the Department of Education to help you transition back into repayment, but it is ending soon. So we're going to talk about what exactly the on-ramp is, what the end of it means for you, and what you need to do to prepare for the end. So first, what is this? Well, as you may know, payments were paused for student loan borrowers for over 3 years because of COVID. The COVID payment pause helped, pause those payments so that borrowers were not having to make payments during the pandemic. Well, the payment pause ended and borrowers were resuming payments for the first time in over 3 years. This, of course, was going to cause some headaches and some logistical problems for borrowers. So to help with this transition and to ease borrowers back into repayment, the Department of Education created a 12-month on-ramp to repayment. Essentially, this on-ramp acts as a safety net so that if you maybe miss a payment or anything happens during this time, you won't be penalized for it. This helps you get back into the habit of making your monthly payment, assuring that you can fit it into your budget and that you are staying on top of your student loans. So the on-ramp started on October 1st of 2023, and it will end at the end of this month on September 30th, 2024. During the on-ramp, if you made a late payment, if you missed your payment entirely, or if you only paid a portion of it, you will not be reported delinquent and you would not fall into default. Basically, if something happens, you would not be penalized for missing any payments. It's important to note that during this time, interest was still accruing. So, unlike the COVID payment pause, where interest and payments were paused, interest is resumed. So, even if you did not make your payment during this time, you are still accruing interest. In addition, even though it's okay if you missed a payment, the payments were still due. And you should make your payments if you can, especially if you're pursuing forgiveness. If you didn't make a payment, you would not be penalized for it, but that month would not count towards forgiveness. So again, what's changing? Well, this period of protection, this safety net is ending on September 30th. After this date, the previous rules from back before COVID are going to be in place again. This means that if you miss a payment, you will become delinquent. If you miss too many payments, you could even fall into default on your student loans. If you miss a payment, it can be reported to the credit bureaus as having made a late payment. This can impact your credit score. Credit scores can drop as a result of missing a payment, becoming delinquent, and falling into default. And in perhaps the most severe of situations, if you miss too many payments, they will start being reported to debt collection agencies. If you fall into default, this means that your wages and tax refunds could be garnished and they could withhold them altogether. So, really, it's important to stay on top of your student loans. Try to take every necessary step to avoiding missing payments so that you can avoid these penalties. So, what should you do? Well, as we get closer and closer to the end of the on-ramp, it's just under 2 weeks away. Here are the steps we are encouraging you to take. First, review your loan details. You want to check your balances, your interest rates, and your due dates. This helps you know exactly what your loan situation is, what kind of interest you're accruing, when your payment is due, and this will be the first step to getting on top of your loans. You'll also want to update your contact information with your loan servicer. This will ensure that your servicer can reach you with important updates like when your payment is due, if your payment was received, if there's been a change to your loan status. It's really important that your servicers are able to contact you. So we encourage you to contact your loan servicer by either, signing into your online account, giving them a call, and making sure they have your most up-to-date contact info. Now, the second step you'll want to take is to make sure that you can afford your payment. When you're checking out your loan details, you'll be able to see what plan you're currently on and what your current monthly payment is. If you do not take any action, that is the payment you're going to be responsible for when you're making your monthly payments. If that payment is unaffordable and you need some help changing to a different plan, you can explore different repayment options. So in your Savi account, we can actually help you do this. When you've entered your information, we will check all available repayment plans that you qualify for. We'll show you what your payment would be under the different plans and help you to switch over to give you the lowest possible payment. So if your payment is too high, we encourage you to check out other options in your Savi account. Now, once got your payment set up, you're ready to start making your payments, consider budgeting and automating your payments. You'll want to start budgeting now to account for this monthly expense. Uh, some borrowers have low payments that are maybe $0 to $20, $30, which can be more manageable. Some borrowers have payments that can be hundreds of dollars. So it's really important that you take a look at your monthly budget, fit this new expense into it so that you can account for it and make sure you're making your payment every single month. There are a lot of different resources on how to budget with student loans. We have done a couple workshops on those as well, and I can even include some of that information in the follow-up email. One great way to sort of stay on top of it is to consider setting up automatic payments. Loan servicers offer the option to set up auto debit, where on your payment due date each month, they will automatically take out your monthly student loan payment. This is a great way to make sure you never miss a payment and ensure that you are staying up to date with your student loans. I myself have opted into this auto debit. It's really helpful, especially, lots of bills are there that have different due dates. Maybe your rent is due on the 1st, but your electric is due on the 5th. Your student loan is on the 10th. It can be hard to keep up with all the due dates. By automating these payments and turning on auto debit, it just takes one less burden off your shoulders. Plus, there is a benefit exclusive to these federal loans with the auto debit. With your servicers, if you turn on auto debit, they actually will give you, I believe, a 0.5% reduction of your monthly interest. So it helps you A, stay on top of everything, but B, helps give you a little bit of a break when it comes to that interest. And then step 4, once you're in the thick of it, you're making your payments, be sure to lean on Savi for support. This is one of the reasons why Savi started was to help support borrowers with managing their student loans. So we help simplify the process of seeing your payment options and making sure you're enrolling in the right plan. And if anything happens and you need help, the Savi team is always standing by to assist you. Savi's premium plan called Essential provides personalized support to student loan borrowers, where we can talk with you about different options that you qualify for. If you've experienced issues with your loan servicer, we can help resolve those. We can help submit forms for you. It's really here anytime you need it to make the process smoother. And I'll talk about this a little bit more, but the Savi Essential Plan, typically a paid premium plan, is free thanks to AARP Foundation. So qualifying older adults can take advantage of the Essential Plan at no cost, meaning Savi is a free resource for you to use for help staying on top of your student loans. Now, one thing that's not on here that I wish was because it's another pretty timely update. When you are checking your loan statuses, if you see that you are in default, there is still a way for you to get out of default before the end of the on-ramp. So, as you know, no one fell into default during the on-ramp, but you could in the future. For borrowers that were already in default before the on-ramp started, they created a program called Fresh Start. This is a program that brings you out of default and puts you back into good standing quickly and easily. So in the past, you had to go through a lengthy process of consolidating, applying to get out of default, and going through loan rehabilitation, and it could take up to a year to complete. Now, though, with the Fresh Start program, if you call your loan servicer, or excuse me, your collections agency, tell them that you're in default and you want to take advantage of Fresh Start, they'll bring you out of default and put you in good standing within about 1 month. The Fresh Start benefit is also ending on September 30th. So really, we want to make sure that everyone is in good standing before that date. If you are in default, we really, really encourage you to call your collections agency and opt into Fresh Start. Even if you're in default now, you've not been reported as default during the on-ramp and the COVID payment pause. But after September 30th, that could start being reported again. So by opting into Fresh Start now, it makes sure that you're in good standing and in the best situation to keep on top of your student loans. And for those of you that are in default and you're worried about making your payments once you're back out, you'll be eligible for things like income-driven repayment plans again, which can give you that low and affordable payment. It can prevent things like wage garnishment or even stop wage garnishment. The benefits of being in good standing really are endless. So if I can recap anything from the on-ramp, it's A, there are protections in place right now that are ending on September 30th. B, you should prepare now by checking your loan details, making sure that you can afford your payment, and C, if you cannot afford it, use Savi to find other options because you do not want to wait on this. You want to stay on top of it and act soon so that you are in the best situation possible when September 30th arrives. Again, I know this is so much information to take in, but really this is why Savi is here. So if you have questions about this, if you are wanting to talk to someone about your options, you need help preparing for this, use Savi and lean on our support team for help. Again, thanks to AARP Foundation, Essential is free, meaning you can enroll in our premium plan at no cost and get access to help from our experts. Reach out to us. Let us know you're struggling with your payment, that you're struggling to switch your plan, or you need help, and we will do everything we can to put you in the best position for that September 30th date. I'm going to show you how you can contact Savi and get some help in the second half of our presentation. For now, though, I saw a couple of questions popping up in the Q&A, so I want to pause, see if I can answer some questions out loud so that we're all good to go before we move on. If you have a question that you haven't put in the Q&A yet, please put that in there and I will do my best to answer it. Someone says, I'm in the Save IDR program. Because of the lawsuit, I'm now in forbearance, which means my progress towards forgiveness stops. I have less than a year to go. Nelnet says I should just hang in there. Do you have any suggestions? Great question. So, because of the ongoing SAVE lawsuits, borrowers who are enrolled in the SAVE plan have been put into a forbearance. This is because the Department of Education is not currently allowed to operate the SAVE plan. This forbearance, unfortunately, does not count towards forgiveness. So if you are pursuing forgiveness, you're not making payments during this time, and you're not getting closer to the finish line. I will say, though, that Nelnet is on the right track. If you are pursuing forgiveness, say IDR forgiveness, here is kind of how it works. The forbearance is in place. You're not making payments during this time. Once the forbearance ends, you'll start making payments again and you'll pick up where you left off. So although it pushes out your forgiveness timeline, you're not making payments right now. So you'll still get, the same balance, if not more, forgiven. If you are wanting to just be done with it, you want to keep making payments, you want to get your loan forgiven, and you don't want to be in forbearance, you could consider switching to a different income-driven repayment plan and continuing to make your payments. This will keep your forgiveness date the same, but keep in mind that you could be paying more per month than on the SAVE plan, and this could mean less forgiveness for you since it forgives that remaining balance. This is a great thing to discuss with Savi. If you are considering switching to a new plan, you're impacted by these SAVE forbearances, reach out to us. Let us know. Our support team can take a closer look at your loan situation than I can to see if maybe it is worthwhile to switch and keep paying, or maybe there's no real benefit and you're good to just wait it out. We can look at your situation and help you pick your best option. because the right choice is different for everyone. Is Savi a free service for family members also? So it is absolutely free for anyone to sign up for Savi. Uh, AARP Foundation provides this service for free to qualifying older adults with a limited income. So if your family members meet those requirements, they will be able to use Savi at no cost as well. If they are not an older adult with limited income, they can still sign up for Savi for free. There's no cost to seeing what's available, but our premium essential plan would be a paid membership. I tried to navigate this process several months ago, but I was overwhelmed and abandoned it. How can I get in contact with Savi and get premium help? I desperately need help because this is already impacting my credit. So again, it's free to use our premium membership thanks to AARP Foundation. So I will show you how you can upgrade step by step in the second half of our presentation. But I really encourage you, enroll in that free essential membership, send a message to our support team, and then we can help you to take the first steps. I know this process can be overwhelming. There's, so many roadblocks, so much info to take in, and a lot of people, it just is so overwhelming, they can't make any progress. I myself was like that. I did not want to think about my loans. I kept putting them off for as long as I can. Uh, and it wasn't until I actually started at Savvy and learned more about these loans myself that I realized I had options. And you have options too. Uh, the great news, though, is that you don't have to navigate this on your own. Savvy is in your corner, supporting you, helping you navigate this. So if you are in a similar situation, please send us a message and we will be more than happy to help. And again, I will show you exactly how you can enroll for free in just a couple of slides. If I submitted an application through Savvy, but nothing ever happened with the Department of Ed, should I resubmit it through Savvy? I would recommend sending our team a message. We can take a look, make sure that the application was successfully submitted. And if it was, we can help. Likely that will include submitting another application, or we can help reach out to the servicer, see if they still have it on file. But if you ever submitted something through Savvy and you never heard anything back, please let us know and we will look at your account in more detail. Is there any forgiveness for disabilities? Great question. There is a program called Total and Permanent Disability Discharge. Essentially, what this is that for borrowers who are totally and permanently disabled and cannot work, they can submit documentation from their doctor to show this, and some or all of their loan balance could be discharged. While we do not have the ability to see her eligibility for that on the actual Savvy website, that is something that our student loan experts can help with. So we can help provide you with more info and help you get to the place to submit your application. If you are looking for more info on that, let me get the link for you and I can send that in the chat. So just one second while I look through my notes and get that for you. All right, I just sent that link. The website for that is disabilitydischarge.com, which provides information on how you can apply for that with the Department of Education. How is the age of the loan history calculated? Is it from the first loan or the last loan? So loans have individual ages, meaning that they earn progress towards forgiveness individually. If you have a loan that is older that you took out, it is going to have an older age than a newer one. This means that loans become eligible for forgiveness individually. So let's say 20 years ago, you took out a student loan. 10 years ago, you took out a new one. Well, this means that your first loan would be eligible for forgiveness 10 years before your second loan. So it is possible to get forgiveness at separate time points once each individual loan becomes eligible. I'm unemployed. What can I do? If you are unemployed, I cannot recommend enough enrolling in an income-driven plan. One benefit is that for low-income borrowers or borrowers who have no income at all, you can actually get a $0 monthly payment. So if you are unemployed, you can enroll in an income-driven plan right now, show that you have no income, or that you only have unemployment income, and very, very likely you'll be approved for a $0 payment. The great news is that this $0 payment means you don't have to make payments on your loans, they stay in good standing, and that time counts towards forgiveness so that you can continue earning progress towards things like IDR forgiveness. Plus, that $0 payment is good for 12 months. So let's say you're unemployed right now, you get that $0 payment and you start working in 2 months. You'll be able to keep that $0 payment for the full 12 months from the time you enrolled, which helps you, get back on your feet, adjust to working again, and then planning to have that student loan expense in the future. If maybe you are still unemployed when it's time to recertify, you'll keep that $0 payment for the entire time that you are not working. That also applies to retired borrowers. So if you are retired, no longer working, there's a very good chance you could get a $0 payment and you should enroll in an IDR as well. I'm struggling to consolidate my loans. I'm also being garnished and I need help. I would really encourage you to reach out to our support team. We can help you with the consolidation. If your wages are being garnished, it sounds like you are in default. So I would encourage you to reach out to us, let us know, and we would be more than happy to help. I also see it looks like you have tried to reach out before, but maybe didn't hear back from us for some reason. So I really want to apologize for that. And I will be sure to take down your details and have someone from our support team reach out to you. I'm 75 years old. I'm on Social Security benefits. I can't afford my payments. Is there anything I can pursue? I would really encourage you to enroll in an IDR as well. If your only source of income is Social Security, there's a very good chance you could qualify for a $0 payment, which will make it so that you do not have to make payments on your loans. You can see what your monthly payment would be in your Savi account. Any update on Parent Plus loans and what options are available for us with Parent Plus loans? So I think Parent Plus loans are some of the trickiest loans that we work with because there are extra requirements that apply just to this type of loan. I'll give you sort of the quick overview of them, but we are hosting a workshop coming up soon where we are going to be doing a deep dive into Parent Plus loans. So if you have Parent Plus loans of your own, be sure to register for our upcoming webinar about those. I cannot remember the date right off the top of my head. I do apologize, but you can find information about it on the webinar registration page that you signed up for this webinar. Okay, so Parent Plus loans. The first thing to note is that these are in the parent's name and everything uses the parent's information. So even though you used the loan to pay for your child to go to school, it's going to be based on your income and your employment for these programs. If you want to enroll in an income-driven plan or pursue public service loan forgiveness, a Parent Plus loan has to be consolidated. This will convert it into a direct consolidation loan, making it the eligible type for these programs. Then you can enroll it in an income-driven plan, which will be based on the parent's income. After 20 or 25 years of payments, it will be forgiven under income-driven forgiveness, or if you, as the parent, are working in public service, you could potentially qualify for public service loan forgiveness. The good news is that Savi can help with Parent Plus loans. You can complete the Savi application just like normal, and we will help show you any available options. I see a couple of people are asking how consolidation affects your loan age. So, in most cases, when you consolidate, that will reset your loan age, and your loan age will start from the date that you consolidated. The Department of Education has made some recent updates to loans. So, if you have consolidated in the past, there is a good chance that you could get credit for past payments. Um, this means that your loan age could be from before you consolidated. Um, Unfortunately, there's not an across the board answer because it depends on when you consolidated. But if you're wondering, how old your loan is, slash the most important question, when you are going to reach the forgiveness finish line, I would recommend that you start a Savvy application, enter your information, and then we will look at when your loans were taken out, when they will be eligible for forgiveness, and then show you your forgiveness timeline. Can I pay off the total amount before 10 years has passed, and would the remainder be forgiven? So the way that all of these programs work is they forgive your remaining loan balance after you have met the requirements. So if in the event that you pay off the loan before meeting the requirements, you no longer have a remaining balance, which means you no longer are eligible for forgiveness. Typically, we recommend uh, getting the lowest possible monthly payment by switching your payment plan, and then only paying the minimum payment. If you make extra payments, that will reduce your loan balance, which means less forgiveness down the line. Everyone's goals are different, though. Some borrowers want to make extra payments and pay their loan off right away. Some borrowers want to pay as little as possible and get loan forgiveness. So, depending on what your goal is, that depends on if you want to make extra payments and pay the loan off, or if you want to minimize your payment and get forgiveness on the remaining balance. What happens to interest while unemployed? So, in the event that you switch your repayment plan and you get a $0 monthly payment, that changes the amount that you are required to pay per month, but changing your repayment plan does not change interest rates. So, you will still accrue interest even during times where you have a $0 monthly payment. I also see a couple of people asking how um, having a Parent Plus loan and being retired works. So, just like with all other um, loan types, if you are retired, you can enroll in an income-driven repayment plan and get a $0 monthly payment. Even if you have a Parent Plus loan, you can consolidate it, enroll it in an income-driven plan, show that you're retired, and they will likely give you a $0 payment. Now, if you're wondering how this works pursuing forgiveness, months with a $0 payment count towards forgiveness. So if you are not at the forgiveness finish line yet, but you are retired, there is a very real scenario where you enroll, you get your $0 payment, and then it's just a matter of waiting. If you are 5 years out from forgiveness, you can get that $0 payment, recertify every year, and then just wait until you've reached 20 or 25 years, and then that loan will be forgiven. Lots of you retired and wondering, and again, enrolling in an income-driven repayment plan is really that best option because it gives you a $0 payment. It makes it so that you do not have to pay on your loans, but they stay in good standing. And again, that $0 payment counts towards forgiveness. So likely you're just going to get the $0 payment, wait it out until you reach your forgiveness finish line, and then the balance will be forgiven. Is there an income limit for the $0 payment if you're retired? So there isn't a set specific income. The way that it works is they look at your income and your family size. So you can have a bigger family size and make more and still qualify for a $0 payment. Um, it also depends on where you live. So what state you live in, what area you're in can also impact it. I wish there was an across the board answer, but unfortunately there's not because of just the way payments are calculated. I can give an example though. Um, Although it's on hold right now, the Save plan, uh, borrowers on the Save plan typically got a $0 payment if they earned less than $15 an hour. Uh, to see if you qualify for a $0 payment, you can add your information to your Savi account and we will show you what your monthly payment could be. Alrighty, I'm going to answer just one or two more questions because I don't want us to run out of time. So I'll show you how Savi works and pick up with questions after that. But to answer just a few more, um, someone says, well, what happens if I pass away before my loan is forgiven? Uh, if you still owe a balance when you pass away, the remaining balance will actually be forgiven so that your family members are not required to deal with that outstanding amount. And one more, I see a few people are asking about how the upcoming election could impact these programs. So income-driven repayment plans and public service loan forgiveness were both programs that were created through acts of Congress, uh, which means that Congress wrote a bill and it was signed into law by the president. Both of these programs have been around for decades. Um, income-driven repayment plans have been around since, I believe, the 90s. Public service loan forgiveness was passed in 2007. And historically, both of these programs have been bipartisan. To give an example, for public service loan forgiveness, um, it was started to become a thing under the Clinton administration. It was signed into law under the Bush administration, and the first batch of people who were eligible for forgiveness was under the Trump administration. So I know there's been a lot of uncertainty lately about student loan programs and whether or not they are going to continue, especially with things like the Save lawsuits going on. The reason for this has been that a lot of the recent changes have been efforts by the Biden administration that are through executive action and not through uh, acts of Congress. So programs enacted by Congress typically are a little more permanent, they last longer, and there is really a very, very high likelihood that they will continue, and that anyone in these programs will be grandfathered in. Alrighty. I know there's still some more questions, but I am going to pause on them for a moment, talk a little bit more about Savi, and then wrap up with how you can get started with your Savi account. So as you have seen, there's a lot of information to take in on your own. We covered just a little bit of sort of the tip of the iceberg of student loans today. You all have questions around a wide variety of student loan topics, which just shows that so many options out there, it's hard to figure out the best plan for you. But this is why Savi started and why we are here to help. Savi will help you to see personalized repayment and forgiveness options that show you exactly what you qualify for. So no matter what your situation, whether you have Parent Plus loans, if you're retired, if you consolidated, no matter what your situation is, the results will be tailored to that situation and show you the specific options available for you. You'll be able to see specific details like your monthly payment amount, your forgiveness timeline, and how much forgiveness you can get. Savi will also monitor for changes to all of these programs so that we can see if there are any updates that could benefit you. We remind you each year when it is time to reapply for programs like income-driven repayment plans or public service loan forgiveness. One great benefit, not only do we show you what's available, we also help you enroll. You can submit the necessary forms digitally in your Savi account to quickly and easily enroll in your selected plan. And best of all, you can get access to personalized support from student loan experts. Anytime you have questions about what you qualify for, you want to talk about your options, maybe you need help preparing for the September 30th deadline, you can reach out to our support team and get help with your situation. So when you're using Savi, there are 3 steps that you'll complete. First, you'll add your information to your Savi account so that we can see what you qualify for. On step 2, we will lay it out and show you everything that is available for your situation. You can compare all options and pick your plan. Finally, on step 3, you'll submit your application to lock in your savings. So to sign up, if you do not yet have a Savi account, you can get started at aarpfoundation.org/student loans. Let me send that link in the chat for all of you as well. Now, I'm going through this. If you'd like to follow along, you can, but remember, the follow-up email will give you instructions on how to sign up, and we're going to give you the recording of this, so you can go back and watch the recording and follow to sign up as well. So when you sign up, you'll go to AARP Foundation's website. You'll start by answering 2 quick questions about what your expected income is and what your current payment is. Again, here's a closer look at what this looks like. You'll enter these 2 questions, and then you'll be redirected to Savi. It will give you a quick estimate of what you could save and help you to get started on the Savi application. From here, this will automatically guide you through every step that we need to show you what's available. You'll start off by entering some family information, such as where you live, your tax and marital status, and if you have dependents. After that, you'll then enter some income information. This will allow us to calculate your payment on an income-driven repayment plan. So for those of you who are retired, maybe your payment is unaffordable and you want to know what your payment could be, you can enter information here and we will show you what your monthly payment could be. After that, you'll then enter some employment information. This lets us see if any of your employers qualify for programs like public service loan forgiveness. You can enter your current and past employers. And if you're not currently working, you can indicate that by saying that you are not employed right now. Now, after you've entered family, income, and employment, you'll be prompted to create your Savi account. This is really important because this is what saves your progress, gives you access to your Savi account, and ensures that you can come back to this and have access moving forward. So be sure that you start entering that info and get to this sign up page to confirm your information and make sure that you have access to this account. After registering, you'll be able to continue on with the application. You can enter your loan information and we will check to see things like what type of loans you have, your repayment history, and your loan balances. This lets us see when you entered repayment to know how long you have until forgiveness, and it also lets us see if you have the right type of loans or if you need to consolidate. If you do need to consolidate, we will notify you and help you to complete that process. Finally, once you've entered all your information, you'll be able to see what you qualify for. The results page will show you every plan that's available. So you can see specific details like what income-driven plan you qualify for, as well as what your monthly payment is, your timeline to forgiveness, and how much forgiveness you can get. We are going to automatically recommend the plan that will save you the most, get you the most forgiveness. But if you want to see every option available, that is there for you to explore as well. Check out all your options, see what's out there, and when you're ready to enroll, click the blue Continue button to select your plan and start your paperwork. Now, at this point, you'll be prompted to enroll in your Savi plan. And remember that thanks to AARP Foundation, you can enroll in the Essential Plan at no cost. So here is how you can enroll. You'll be prompted to enroll after finishing your application. If you want to start before and get enrolled right now, once you have access to your Savi account, you can click Select a Plan. This will take you to our upgrade page where you can enroll in Essential at no cost. Now, we really want to make sure that everyone here is enrolled because it's free, ensures you have access, and gives you features like creating and submitting your applications, monitoring of everything, and that most important benefit is that access to support, which will let you talk one-on-one with our student loan experts and get assistance with your situation. So we really encourage you to enroll in Essential for free. Make sure you're enrolled so that you access these features and that you can do things like reach out for help. Once you've enrolled, you'll be able to create your applications. You can create forms for each qualifying employer and apply for PSLF. If you're switching your repayment plan, you can create that form and Savi will submit it to your loan servicer. We pre-fill everything to ensure that it's completed correctly and that it has the best chances of being accepted by your loan servicer. Back on your dashboard, you can track the status of all of your forms and see what's needed from you. When you're completing your main application, you'll see the general info that you can continue. And for those of you that are wanting to enroll in Essential, right here is where it will tell you what plan you're in. If you're already in Essential, you'll be good to go. If you're not enrolled in Essential, that's where it will show Select a Plan. You can click this button right here to enroll in Essential for free. And then after you've started creating your paperwork, you can track the status of each form to know what step everything is on and what is still needed from you. Now, I know a couple of people had questions about this, so if you need help and you want to talk to Savi, you can click Contact Support from any page of our website to access resources. Typically, it is in the bottom left corner. So if you're on the dashboard, it will be right below here. If you are, say, back here on the loans pages, um, it is usually right below this menu here. So bottom left corner will show you the contact support button where you can reach Savi. There are a few different ways you can reach us. You can send us a message. We have a live chat feature, lots of different ways to reach out and get some help. So if you ever need assistance, click contact support and do not hesitate to send us a message because we will always be more than happy to help. Again, our support team can help with any student loan concerns, whether it is taking steps to prepare for the September 30th date, if it's consolidating, resolving an issue with your loan servicer, talking about your repayment options, talking about what's available if you're retired. Any question you have, you can reach out for help and we will be more than happy to assist you. Alrighty. Well, I know we've covered a lot, so I will leave you kind of with some 3 next steps. Create your Savi applications. Create your account so that you have access afterwards and that you can ensure that you can reach us. Complete applications to see what you qualify for. And we really, really encourage you, do not forget to enroll in Essential because it's free, it unlocks all Savi features, and it makes sure that you can reach us with any student loan questions you have. So that's everything I've got for you today. I really do appreciate your time and I hope that you found it helpful. I'll stick around for a couple of minutes and try and answer as many of your questions as I can. But if I don't get to your question today, be sure to enroll in Essential for free. Reach out to our team and we would be more than happy to help. I believe I'm already enrolled. How can I check? So if you have already enrolled in a Savi plan, on your dashboard, it will say your Savi plan and it will tell you Savi Essential. I think I can draw on the screen here. Uh, right here. I don't know if you all can see circle, but down here in the bottom left, it will tell you what plan you are currently in. If you are not in a plan, you can click a button to enroll in Essential at no cost. Over the summer, there was a review of loans and updating accounts. Did that occur? So the Department of Education is conducting what they are calling the one-time account adjustments. That is where they are going back through everyone's accounts and accounting times that did not previously qualify for forgiveness. Those adjustments are still ongoing. They are taking a while since they have to update every borrower's account, but once they are done, it will likely put you closer to the finish line for forgiveness. Once they are complete, you'll be able to see what was updated and get an update from the Department of Education. Someone says, my wife is on the save plan. There was a glitch with her signature, but then she was put in forbearance. Does she have to resubmit the application or will they resume September 30th? So I would recommend talking to our support team. They can take a closer look at your situation. They can see what plan your wife is currently on to make sure that she's enrolled in SAVE. They can see what her payment will be and help figure out if any action is needed, like resubmitting that application. Can you verify if I'm enrolled in a Savi IDR plan? Uh, you can reach out to our support team. We can see if you're currently on an income-driven plan, and if you're not, we can help you take the steps to submit that income-driven application. If you missed anything, I see a couple people joined late. We are recording this. We will send out the recording tomorrow, and we do host these workshops once per month. So our next one will be coming up in October. Let me see if I have the date of that one. Our next one will be on October 16th. So we will, send out follow-ups with invites to those. You can register for that on the same way you registered for this webinar. For Savi to be able to help me, do you need to access my account with my loan servicer? So typically we do, it is helpful for us to see your loan situation. We have a couple of ways to do that. You can sync your loans where you will link your accounts. You can upload a record of your loans from the Department of Ed, or you can manually enter your loan details. Um, Doing this does not take action on your loans. It just lets us see your situation. And it really is beneficial because it lets us, customize the support for you in more detail. So whereas if we don't know your specific loan situation, we can just provide some general, kind of guidance. If we can see your loan situation, we know specifically what is available for you so that we can give you detailed help. A couple of people still wondering how to enroll in premium. So one more time, back on your Savi dashboard, uh, right here, if you're not yet enrolled in premium, there will be a button that says select a plan. And this is what it looks like. It will say select a plan on the main Savi page. You can click the select a plan button and this will take you to the paywall where you can enroll in Savi Essential. So here's the button. This will be on your dashboard. And once you click this, you'll then see Essential where you can enroll for free. Is the spouse's income included? So the Savi website typically does ask for spouse income if you are married. Whether or not it is included depends on your tax status. If you are married filing jointly, they will include your spouse's income. If you are married filing separately, it uses just your income. The Savvy application does ask for both incomes. However, it knows whether or not to include it in the calculations based on your answers. And what income should I use? Um, you typically will use your adjusted gross income, but if your income has decreased since you last filed your taxes, you'll use your current gross income. Who sponsors Fresh Start? That is a program available from the Department of Education. It's a federal loan program available. It's sort of a temporary initiative to bring people out of default. The deadline to use Fresh Start and get out of default is also September 30th. So if you are in default, you will want to call your collections agency, ask to enroll in Fresh Start, and they will bring you back into good standing before that deadline. Do periodic withdrawals from investment accounts like a 401 count for IDR plans? So typically, it goes by the income listed on your most recent tax return. Um, if those withdrawals are taxable and are included when you file your taxes, then yes, that is going to impact your student loan payment. What if my loan servicer has changed over the years? Even if you've changed loan servicers, that does not disqualify you from forgiveness. Uh, when you sync your loans with Savvy, we'll be able to see your entire loan history. Also, the Department of Education can see your entire loan history too. So they will be able to see, everything that's gone on with your loans and ensure that they are giving you credit for everything that you've done. My wife is a teacher and is unemployed during the summer. How does this affect her income-driven plan? So if your wife's income decreases over the summer and she does not receive a paycheck, she can actually recertify her income early during the summer. They will see that she has had a decrease in income. They will update her payment based on that lower income amount. And if she has no income at all, there's a very good chance she could even get a $0 payment. Is Savi Essential the same as the premium plan? Yes. My apologies for not clarifying more, but um, Essential is the premium plan that Savvy offers. Um, Typically, Essential is a paid plan, but thanks to AARP Foundation, it is free. So by enrolling in Essential, you are enrolling in Savvy's premium plan at no cost. And again, you can do that by clicking Select a Plan from your dashboard and then enrolling in Essential. If I'm on Social Security and still working, is that Social Security included in my loan payment? So it depends on if that's taxable income. If you include your Social Security income when you are filing your taxes, then yes, that can impact your monthly payment on an income-driven plan. Someone says, I am 80, I have a loan with Mohila. How can I get loan forgiveness? So everyone's situation is different, but if you're wanting to see how you can get your loan forgiven, you can use the Savi website. Enter your information, and we will show you options that are available based on your specific situation. Likely, you could qualify for income-driven forgiveness, which includes the past payments you've already made and will forgive your loans after you've paid for 20 or 25 years. All righty. I am sure there are people that still have some questions, but uh, we have gone over a little bit, so I do apologize for that. And I want to say, if any of you have any question at all, whether it be again about your situation, about how to use Savvy, help with your servicer, no matter what your question is, please do not hesitate to reach out to our team. Enroll in Savvy Essential, which is our premium plan and is free thanks to AARP Foundation. This will allow you to contact the support team where you are able to reach out to us with your question and get that one-on-one help from our experts. So again, be sure that you create your Savvy account. We're going to send out the recording. We're going to send out the follow-up email, which shows you how to sign up. And signing up, make sure that you have access to this resource. Enroll in Essential for free so that you can talk to our support team and get help. If you have any questions, if you need any assistance, we are always here to do just that. Please don't hesitate to reach out, and we are always more than happy to help. So that's everything I've got for you today. I really appreciate your time, and I hope that you all have found it useful. Create your Savvy accounts, let us know if we can help, and I hope you all have a great afternoon.